Thank you for joining us today on Something to Think About with Pastor Mike, where the topics can range from current events, historical perspectives, practical Bible application, to whatever's on his mind today. People have stereotypes of what it means to be a Christian, and one thing's for sure, Pastor Mike loves breaking those stereotypes. Pastor Mike Hasseltine is the senior pastor of Maranatha Church with campuses in Forest Lake and Chisago, Minnesota. With over 40 years of practical pastoral ministry, Pastor Mike challenges us to be real people, loving a real God, right in the midst of all our real lives. Now, here's Pastor Mike.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, how very cool.
Yeah, Labor Day weekend. No, that's not cool.
Why?
That means the end of summer.
I know.
That's a bad thing. That's the bad part.
Yeah, it is. I mean, yeah.
But a 4-day weekend is a good thing.
That's
So
nice.
I think that's what you were saying yes to.
Yeah.
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 Because the end of summer, Robin, I cannot remember a summer that flew by, for me anyway, like this one did.
Yeah. I understand
it's just
that.
unbelievable.
Well, I mean, when the schedule is full, time seems to go pretty quickly. Mm-hmm.
I thought things would be slowing down for me. They're not. It's just
you heard it here first, people.
Exactly, it's not.
The older you get.
Oh, yeah. It's just, it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway. So, Mike is producing this morning. How you doing, Mike?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, good. You got any plans for the Labor Day weekend?
The wifey and I are heading up the North Shore. It's our wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
Wow, I know what I was doing how many years ago?
How many years ago?
Yeah.
Did I get married?
Yeah.
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay, so I know what I would. Yeah. Is it literally? It's your wedding anniversary, but it literally is it like one of these 4 days? Your wedding anniversary was
September 2nd.
Oh, it is. It's September 2nd. Mm-hmm. So I know what I was doing September 2nd a couple of years ago.
I do too.
I was there.
He was in our backyard.
I was in your backyard. Yeah, it was a lovely day.
It was.
I do remember it was a lovely fall day. So that's good. So you're heading up to the North Shore.
Yeah.
Along with everybody else.
Everybody's going there?
Everybody's going to the North Shore, Mike.
Everybody.
I'll just prepare you for it.
I'm sure there'll be a bunch. But
I've talked to quite a few people who, they're going here, they're going there, they're taking off. I think it might be just my wife and I in church Sunday.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, it's starting to sound like, you're going to be there too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, so not exactly, but I just know that it is... For many, because if they have small kids, they're in school. School's going to start next week. Mm-hmm. It's the last big hurrah to get out and about and do something.
Mm-hmm. Well, and for those who may not be in the immediate area, when Pastor Mike is referring to the North Shore, he's talking about the North Shore of Lake Superior, which, if you have not been, I would encourage you to go because it is gorgeous and a wonderful variety of things to do and things to see and activities and, very cool.
Orlean loves the North Shore. She loves hiking up it. Mm-hmm. Snowshoeing. Mm-hmm. I mean, she just loves the North Shore.
And up in that area is the Superior National Forest and the Superior Hiking Trail. All kinds of really cool things.
A lot of neat little motels to stay at.
Mm-hmm. Canal Park in Duluth itself is really cool to
That's a cool place to hang
walk around.
out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we are going up there, in fact, in 2 weeks.
Very nice.
Right after church on Sunday, we're going to take off and go for a couple nights.
Very cool.
There's one particular trail she has got her mind set on killing me. Taking me on this thing. It's going to be like a 12-mile hike, in there and back. So she says, Mike, we'll see if you can make it, and all that. I'm like, well, God.
You like a challenge.
Well, that's
she threw the gauntlet
exactly.
down.
She just had to throw that gauntlet down and inspired me. Man, this idea of my regiment, is up every day at 5:30. I take a 5-mile hike. And I come back, have a little breakfast. I work out just to prepare for this.
I feel like our leg is being pulled here.
Ask me how long I've been doing this.
Oh, yeah. How long have you been doing that?
I'm starting tomorrow.
Future planning.
I'm going to start that tomorrow. Mm-hmm. Got some big plans. Big plans.
Mm-hmm.
No, fine. I believe I should be fine.
Good.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, you'll live.
I think I'm going to make it. Maybe. I mean, I'm in fairly good shape as far as what you can Well, you can tell. People ask you all the time. It's like, hey, how you doing? Well, I don't know. I haven't left the doctor's office. Anything could be going on wrong, and you have no idea.
Which is why you should enjoy the moment.
Exactly. You got to live today.
Yeah,
Proverbs
carpe diem.
Proverbs 27:1. Do not boast about tomorrow, for no man knows what a day may bring forth.
Oh, that's really true.
Amen.
You just never know. So you do have to live today. And I do a fairly good job of that.
I mean,
To live, embrace, and just, yeah.
good for you.
Drive on a motorcycle Mach 10 with my hair on fire and live the same way. Yeah, it's good stuff. So Mike's going up on the North Shore. I know what you're doing.
Which is what?
You're going to work on your new house.
Yeah.
You're going to stay home for the weekend. You're going to be working on your new house.
Yep.
Yeah, and by new, I mean
New to me.
New acquisition, yeah.
That's exactly right, yes.
It's the lake house.
Still acclimating,
It's been in the
getting
family,
rid of jet lag. Yeah.
and it's
for 60 years.
60 years. Well, it's been in the family, but now it's your husband's and yours. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is pretty
So
cool.
did Arnie, so 60 years. So yeah, Arnie pretty much grew up in that house.
Yes, it was their summer home. They went up every summer, and his dad would commute from the cities, and his mom and the children stayed there, and that's what they knew. And so hearing stories of them running all over the neighbors and the fun that they had, and yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah, very good stuff. I know that you've been, you and him have been very busy for the last couple months. Really, there's just a lot of work involved in getting rid of all the old stuff, dividing it up amongst the kids choosing what they want to keep, and just all that goes with that. And then once it's empty, to do the painting and remodeling and whatever you got to do. You've been very busy.
I have. It's been August 24th was a year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so I said a few months. I didn't realize it's been 12.
It's been 12, yeah.
12 months
I
of
know.
hard work and
Yeah.
labor. Wow.
And we're getting close
No wonder you're in such good shape.
Well, no wonder I'm tired all the time. This old lady is tired all the time, but yeah.
Oh, God, that is funny. Hey, to our listeners, I just want to make a quick announcement that, you can catch up on a lot of things that's going on around here at WAJC Radio. You can just go to the web, yourliferadio.com. You can email us at wajc@yourliferadio.com. Every Thursday there's a live show that's done here from noon to 1 o'clock. Pastor Bill and his wife Denise, they do a show called In Pursuit. And they have a lot of fun, interesting things happening in that show.
Yes.
They got like a nice routine or pattern. Organized, and they go. It's very, very interesting. Pretty cool. This show here is a little bit looser. It's kind of like whatever. It's something to think about.
Something to think about.
And whatever's on my mind. And coming up here in just a little bit, we're going to talk a lot about the condition of our society, using as the springboard the tragedy, the horror of the shooting in Minneapolis at that Catholic school. But before we do that, let's still have a little bit of fun. Let's go over the national days, because these things just freak me out.
Okay, so the first one for today, it's National Lemon Juice Day.
I mean, and that's why I kind of get a kick out of these things, because some of them are so ridiculous or out there. It's like, who in the world would have thought of, let's have a National Lemon Juice Day.
Yep. It's also According to Hoyle Day. According to Hoyle. And what that does is it encourages individuals to honor the rules and regulations in particular situations. It's a day to pay tribute to a man by the name of Edmund Hoyle, an Englishman who is thought to be the first technical writer on card games. So, According to Hoyle Day. So follow the rules, Mr. Hoyle would tell you.
Okay, I can do that for a day.
There you go. I don't know that's true, but anyway. National College Color Days. National Chop Suey Day.
I got nothing.
Did you ever have chop suey growing up?
Oh, yeah, a lot.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Tomorrow, Saturday, is National Beach Day. And thanks to a heads up from Wayne Peliquin, he let me know that it's also National Play Music on Your Porch Day.
Play music
on your porch day. So thank you, Wayne. So glad you said something.
That's tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, I'll have to go out there and turn on the radio.
Turn on the radio. National Grief Awareness Day tomorrow.
That's always a good thing. And boy, I tell you what, again, with the situation of our society, it's
Yes.
Every single day goes by, there's enough pain to go around.
There is. Yeah.
Fresh, new pain.
There is. Before we dive into that, I do want to share with you that September 1st, so this coming Monday, is a day that you will be surprised about. I think it's National Chicken Boy Day. National Chicken Boy Day. National Chicken Boy Day is celebrated.
Mike, before you go down the road, so what in the world would you guess National Chicken Day is? I have no idea.
The Chicken Boy.
Chicken Boy. Chicken Boy Day.
Chicken Boy?
Chicken Boy. What in the world is that?
Any guesses?
Any guesses?
Oh, man.
Chicken Boy.
That doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, that was me growing up as a kid. I was chicken of everything.
Chicken Boy.
If that's what it means. I have no idea what it means. We're not going to know until she says.
Are you ready?
Afraid of something?
Yeah, I mean, a fraidy cat kind of thing. Yeah, that would have been me growing up. I was afraid of everything. I was a skinny little runt. I could have called. I think my wife every once in a while refers to my chicken legs. Big on top and chicken legs on the bottom.
You heard it here first. Okay. National Chicken Boy Day is celebrated annually on September 1st to honor the birthday of the 22-foot tall fiberglass statue of a boy with a chicken head that stands on Route 66. It is known as the Statue of Liberty of Los Angeles. It was named after the 1960s Chicken Boy restaurant and was rescued from being discarded in 1984.
So this chicken has a boy head?
Well, no, it is. It's a boy body with a chicken head.
Oh, a boy body. I see it now. Yeah, you called it up.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that is freaky. That is the source of some nightmares for some people.
Which I tell you, I think Route 66 is known for some unusual things.
True.
So there's just one more to add to your stop and picture if you're taking Route 66. I was going to say, if you're a
car guy, Route 66 means something, but you don't have to be a car guy. You just got to be a person of Americano.
Yeah.
Americana.
Yeah.
Because Orlean and I did take a long stretch of Route 66 years ago, just for vacation, just to see it, and it was really fun. Yeah, it was very, very cool. So we have any other national days? I didn't know there was such a thing as a chicken boy.
There you go.
I've seen it now.
And see, I
can't unsee that now.
I think a part of the gift that we offer people with these national days is, mind expansion. And there's always something going on. And, if you don't run in these circles, you just don't know. But it's good to know.
Chicken Boy
You
Day.
can talk about that at your proverbial water cooler, whatever that happens to be for you. Here, it's our lunch table. Our water cooler,
That's true.
I think, is our lunch table.
I would agree.
Enjoy our lunch table.
I do enjoy our lunch table. Mm-hmm. A lot happens there.
It does. Mm-hmm.
A lot of discussion. Mm-hmm. Good and bad. Mm-hmm. Just whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yep.
So, moving ahead. Did you go to the fair?
I have not yet.
Okay.
I don't know if we're actually going to make it this year. I had hoped to do that, but as you mentioned earlier, it's like we really want to get that finished and get the other home on the market. So lots of busyness.
Lots of stuff to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I've been to the state fair. Orlean's been twice now, and she's going again because our granddaughters are going to be in electronics.
Oh, how
competition
cool.
down there. So they're going to be down there.
Nice.
It'll be kind of fun.
Cool.
So I seen her poster for her school.
Yes.
When I was at the fair, and her picture's in there, of course.
Oh.
So I snapped a picture, sent it to her, and she was just all a Twitter excited, going, "Where did you see that?" And I go, "At the fair."
Wow.
She had no idea that
That's so
the poster was
awesome.
down there and all that, and it's happening. They're scheduling that, so that was kind of fun.
It's great they're encouraging kids to do that stuff. It's wonderful critical thinking.
Yeah, ever since Orlean discovered her Hashimoto's or whatever you call that.
Yep.
She doesn't eat gluten or dairy and pretty clean eating. It made the state fair a little less fun for me.
Oh.
Because I can only eat so much.
Well, you could share it with random people.
I do.
Do you? Okay.
Believe it or not,
Nice.
I do.
Yeah.
And they take me up on it.
That's awesome.
The one thing that I can always easily get rid of is a half a bag of mini donuts.
Yeah, or Martha's cookies.
I don't get those.
You don't get them?
I offer to buy one from somebody.
Ah, sure.
Usually every year, I'll say, "Hey, listen, I'll give you $1 for a cookie." Mm-hmm. For a cookie. Mm-hmm. And a couple of years ago, one says, "Oh, nothing, take a handful." And I'll go, "No, I literally only want one." Well, they wouldn't take any money. They just they had eaten their full, and they were like getting ready. Like me, they're trying to get rid of them.
Yeah, we usually buy a bucket and eat what we would like, which is not necessarily too much, but we try to time it for when we're just about to leave the fair so that we can take these hot, fresh ones and give it to the police officer that's at the gate when we leave.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's kind of
That's
fun.
cool. I bet you he likes the trade up from donuts.
Or
He
just
gets cookies.
growly people, maybe tired and grumpy kids leaving. I don't know.
Oh, my
After a long,
gosh.
full day.
Yes. You know, I'm a chaplain for the police motorcycle club called the Blue Knights. And they have a big shindig coming up soon, so I will be with them for a weekend coming up.
Very cool.
Yeah, it'll be fun. And you know, actually, police officers, people kind of dehumanize them often. It's just easy to do. It's just the uniform. It's what they do. But they're actually a great group of people.
Yeah, by and large, yes.
Every other group of people, there's the good, the bad, the ugly, the everything. I mean, it's everything. It's just humanity. It's who we are. So it's good. I like talking to most of these guys, though. I say most. I shouldn't add that word most. I like talking to all of them. They're all great guys
Nice.
and gals. Yep, they are, because we have some females that are a part of that group as well.
Very cool.
And yeah, they're fantastic. Fantastic. Okay, so let's get into this subject and kind of do with a little bit of fear and trepidation, because while talking about the issue, sometimes I feel that people forget to realize that there is hurting families on the other end of this discussion.
Oh, yeah.
So you're talking about issues, and it's sometimes it could seem cold or callous towards those people that are involved in the actual incident. It cannot be stressed too much or too often about the pain and the tragedy that some families are dealing with right now in the loss of their children.
Yes, that's right. And when this occurred on Wednesday, one of our staff members happened to be at the fair and was riding the bus heading in, and one of the people near her on the bus had to leave abruptly because they were a nurse at a local hospital, and they had gotten the all-call. They had to go back to the hospital to assist with the situation. And so that's where we found out that this was going on. So we started paying close attention, pulling up the television live reports and stuff, and gathered together in the hallway and praying, and you know, it just kind of it framed the day of just like constant prayer.
Yeah, I was talking to a Blue Knight member, talking about the weekend that's coming up here pretty shortly, and really good friends of their family, their 12-year-old daughter got shot.
Wow.
And she's going to live, but her life will never be the same. I mean, just again, I don't want to say the details of the injury and all that, but again, it is impactful to realize that the ripple effect goes out far and wide.
It does.
And the ripple is still maintaining a very high edge. I mean, it's not like it diminishes.
No.
The pain is intense.
It really
just
is.
because of the tragedy. I mean, again, there's human suffering going around all the time. And people are tragically dying. There's car accidents, there's illnesses. And again, I don't want to make light of those either. But there's something about the horror of the innocence of, while you're in church, somebody opens up, you know, with a gun and kills people. That is just so incredibly cruel, horrendous.
Yeah, it is.
So again, we just think of the families that are lost. In fact, let's just pray right now even. Heavenly Father, we just lift up the Merkel and Moisky family and all the families that are involved, but them especially, because they bear loss, incredible loss. They'll never get back. Life's never going to be the same. It'll forever remain as a void in a tragic, horrible situation. Father, we ask for your mercy and your grace. They were at a Christian school. They're Catholics. They're people of faith. So, Father, I pray that their faith would be more real than they've ever even imagined. Lord, your word says that you are near the brokenhearted, and they are brokenhearted. May they feel and sense your presence in a very real way. Father, the parents of the shooter, the parents of all the other children that got shot and are recovering, all the parents of the students that were in the building. Like I said, this just goes so far. Father, we ask for a measure of your incredible grace, comfort. And what the devil meant and the evil is intended, Father, may you turn for good. May you turn every situation, bring lemonade out of lemons. Father, we ask for this in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Man, again, just an incredible tragedy. And I can be kind of cold and callous sometimes when it comes to, some tough things. And I'm kind of like, hey, suck it up. Let's just get on. This is one of those situations where you can't do that. No.
Well, and yeah, people might not realize, but, particularly in your position in ministry, you hear a whole lot of very difficult situations and in rather large quantities for many, many years. And so you're accustomed to hearing about very difficult situations. But, when it comes to children, there is just a this is not how it's supposed to be component about this.
Absolutely. And so with all that being said, when we come back after our short commercial break here, I'm gonna start talking about. I'm gonna, like everybody else, take a little bit of privilege to pontificate on what I think are some of the ills and the problems. A.B. Klobuchar went on and says, we've got to do the hard work of finding out why this is happening. And I'm like, bingo, but I'm wondering if people really want to work that hard at it. I don't think they're going to like some of the true answers. I don't think so. It's great to pay lip service. And the easiest solution seems to be, well, right away, it always comes back to you got to take away guns. Okay, newsflash, everybody. You're going to know where I'm coming from as a minister of the gospel. So after our break, we're going to come back to that.
You're listening to Something to Think About with me, Pastor Mike, a production of WAJC, Your Life Radio on 88.1 and 91.7 FM. We'd love to hear from you. If you have questions or comments about today's show, email us at wajc@yourliferadio.com. If you're ever in the Forest Lake area, I'd love to personally invite you to join us for a Sunday morning service at 9:30 a.m. or Wednesday evenings at 6:30 p.m. There's something for everyone.
Something to Think About with Pastor Mike is a production of WAJC Your Life Radio, which is owned and operated by Maranatha Assembly of God in Forest Lake, Minnesota. You can find more information on the web at realchurch.org. Now, back to Something to Think About.
Welcome back. Okay, so here we go. So we've talked about the incredible tragedy, but now I'd like to just talk a little bit about just the situations. I mean, everybody else gets to. And so I'm like, well, got a radio show here. I'm going to pontificate and...
give us something to think about.
Yeah, give us something to think about. And again, if you agree, disagree, it doesn't matter. Let's just be thinking about things, because I do know this. There is no simple answer.
Right.
Everybody wants to pull a magic bullet, to use the phrase, out and figure out what's the actual real problem. It is not simplistic. It is very complicated, and I think most people understand that. It's easy to cry, like I say, take away guns, take away guns, take away guns. Well, as people, and I know that their mindset is, well, if they don't have it in their possession, they can't use it. And it would cut down the mass effect of it. But if we didn't have that, we would have people making bombs. Gee, that's happened before. They would use clubs. They would use knives. There's a bigger issue here. I have guns. I like guns. They're fun. They're cool. Not one gun that I own has ever moved from where I've put it. It's
secure.
It's an amoral object. It's whoever is possessing it it's under their control. Mm-hmm. So I'll get to the gun thing a little bit later too, but when I think about this, if we really want to take an hard, honest look at why, I know that we're not ready to address it. You talk to professionals, and I remember hearing and going to several seminars of professionals. I can't recall the guy's name here in Minnesota, but he is a renowned expert on video games and the violence of video games, and he has been able to prove the equation of so many hours of watching violent video games equals so much violence on the other end. And again, at any point here, to our listeners, I'm going to say something, and you're going to go, "Oh, come on, you can do whatever you want to do." It has an effect. So, do you want, Mike? Are you suggesting banning video games? No, not necessarily, but I think we should strongly consider what we value as far as entertainment. Which brings to another very serious thing. In Hollywood, we glamorize the gangs and gang fire and these murders, and I think a lot of people get some ideas from movies. They go, "Oh, I want to be all badass like that," and so there's the whole idea of our video movie culture. What's going on in our movies?
Well, and I wonder, news is coming out about the manifesto. This person left, and I read this morning that there was a student, a person who had gone to, I believe, middle school with them, who felt like there were red flags even back then. But as a middle schooler, I didn't know what to do about that. What am I supposed to do about that? And so one of the things that we have today is a whole lot of independent free time. Our children have a whole lot of independent free time. And not that we're necessarily micromanaging every second of their day, but, the days of go outside and play are not today's day. And being on video games, being on their phones, and it is, one of the components is they don't have a phone in their hand. They have one of the most powerful microcomputers in their hand.
Yes.
And,
Well, that's one of my points too. Mm-hmm. This whole idea of social media. Mm-hmm. They don't have friendships, real relationships with people. Mm. They've climbed into the video games or just their own, like you said, way too much private time, but it's to themselves. And they might think about all the friends they have on Facebook these aren't real friends. These aren't real relationships. It's all phony. People can make a comment about anything on Facebook with no consequences.
Instagram, yep. Mm-hmm.
No. Meet somebody face to face. Talk about what you disagree with instead of just throwing things out there. Oh, yeah, you can say that without any personal responsibility. Mm-hmm. Way too easy.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
You need to be in face-to-face relationships with people. And we've gotten away from that, like you said. Mm-hmm. I grew up, go out and play. Mm-hmm. Come back in at supper time.
Right, and it was safe to do that.
It was safe to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, go out play. Back in my day, you could bring a gun to school. On the school bus.
Wow. Huh.
Today, you show up with a plastic little toy gun. If you make your finger and thumb into a gun, you'll be in trouble. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Think about how far we have come. Mm-hmm. It is really ridiculous.
Well, they're used to...
People, again, so I'm going to go back to this idea. People get rid of guns. No, guns have been in school for a long time. We used to bring guns to school to go hunting after school. So we get them on the bus, get them to school. It wasn't a problem. Mm-hmm. But we have a cultural shift that has taken place.
And we also have, gone are the days where people received their news was by the paperboy delivering their newspaper every day, and you would get, mostly local or national news and some maybe international news, but there was a delay in all of that stuff. And now you can hear almost a pin drop on the other side of the world instantaneously. And so I wonder, I don't know anything in particular about this phenomenon, but we also have a whole lot of information coming at people about tragedies all over the place. So in essence, it feels even more magnified with the quantity of what it is we're receiving.
It causes psychological pain,
Stress,
for some.
fear.
Yep,
exactly.
And where this, we all take them. You got video games. You got social media. You got the fallacy of human relationships with people on these social media platforms, and they spend all their life there. There's the breakdown of the family. They did studies, and the number of people who are incarcerated in prison, the majority, I mean the high 90%, grew up in a fatherless home. Again, people are not ready to really deal with society's true issues, but the breakdown of the family. And you go, oh, you're sounding like a preacher. Your morality. Yep, I am. It's like, so that's what I do, and I believe in it. So the breakdown of the family, big issue. I have no idea what the situation this situation was, but it's not a absolute precursor, but it does have a play in the social welfare of people as a society. Then there's just plain old mental health. Like you said, people are bombarded with all kinds of bad news, tragic situations, whatever. So there's a whole mental health issue.
Well, and I heard a commentator.
And I don't want again, people are going to be upset. Sorry to interrupt you, but because nobody wants to say stuff like this, because our culture has gotten so far one direction that to even suggest or say this guy was born a boy and transferred into being a girl. I know there's a lot of people out there screaming there's not a problem with that. Well, maybe, but it may be an indication that there is. I've said many times the church owes transsexuals and the bis and the homosexuals people a huge apology. We've just pointed our finger at them and said, hey, knock it off, quit doing that, and whatever else. But I don't think we've taken into the effect the pain that they have been through.
The anguish, the angst, the difficulty,
to get to one place, to the place where you're going to change your name, all the pain, the going against culture, that has got to be a very stressful on mental health.
Oh, yeah.
It's got to be a stressor.
Yep.
It's just plain old has to be. But then there's this whole idea of our culture. I think it's very difficult for politicians to look at our culture and realize that your laws and the things that you're doing, you're forming culture. And they think that they can make man more right by making laws. So if you can dictate by laws their behavior, but it's the biggest fallacy ever.
That was what I was, there was a commentator, and I apologize,
craziness.
I forget their name, but they highlighted that we do have red flag laws in place, and they were of no benefit in this particular circumstance.
At all.
And so I realized it's nuance, but at the same time, there is a process to go through to enact that circumstance, and it's not overnight. It's a process. And usually that there are red flags, people hide really well. Instinctually, we hide very well, and so some of that's really hard to pick up on.
Our culture is so incredibly strong. It's fundamental to our society, every society, not just ours. But it's the hardest thing to put your finger on. Culture. What does a culture value?
Right.
What is important? And again, so these lawmakers think that they can make laws and make man moral, make him right. Doesn't work that way. I mean, there's been speed limit signs enacted probably from way back in the 1920s. Do people speed today? Oh, so telling them not to speed, they'll be breaking the law, really hasn't made some people moral. It doesn't make a change. At last I heard murder was a bad thing. Period. There's a law against it. But yet people still murder people. In Minneapolis in the last several weeks, we've heard of so many shootings, so many people dying of knife stabbings. It is incredible. That's why, again, when I hear and see signs that says, this place bans guns, what do they think? Because I seen one at a bank one time. I'm walking up, and I see this sign outside the bank, and I'm trying to imagine how many potential robbers walked up there, they seen that sign, and they go, oh, shoot, I can't bring a gun in here. Because there's a sign that says I can't. Laws do not make people moral. Morality begins with a belief system in your being, in your heart and soul, in your mind. And it's really crazy because there's a recent ICE agent that got shot. And here we are. And again, I hate to kind of highlight the Republicans or the Democrats, but there's a lot of Democrats that have been advocating violence against ICE agents. So they're here saying violence is bad, but here they are encouraging violence. So it's like we are in a mixed up, crazy society. So I do a little piece called Breaking Stereotypes every Sunday, where trying to teach people American history. And I believe most of our politicians do not understand American history. We quit teaching it a long time ago. People they would not know what to do in a public school with the statement of Patrick Henry. It cannot be stated too often or too intensely that this country was not founded on religion, but on Christianity. Not by religionists, but by Christians. What would they do with that one statement right there? We used to have the Ten Commandments posted on, school laws. And again, just because something is posted doesn't make them moral. But if you constantly see it enough and go around it does affect your psyche.
Yeah, it does.
It really does affect your psyche. There has been a 1,000% increase in assaults against ICE agents. Unbelievable. That is phenomenal. And again, how come people aren't screaming against that? The morality. Okay, so I'm going to read, and I could literally probably take me almost an hour to read just some of the breaking stereotype quotes that I have amassed over the last couple of years. Most of them are by a signer of the Declaration of Independence. These are men that are politically involved. They are not ministers. They are politicians. And I think if we could just grasp the fact that these are politicians and listening to what they're saying to see how far our culture has changed and come from.
Yep.
So the first I'm going to read, and again, there's no particular order here. I just grabbed a handful of these statements. The first one here is by James Wilson. Again, listen to this. Human law must rest its authority ultimately upon the authority of the law which is divine. There's a God. We're starting there. There is a God. And I believe personally our society is trying to get rid of God out of it, because if there is a God, there's ultimate accountability. You are going to give account of your life if there is a God. So if we can do away with God, we are free to be our own moral agents. We can do whatever we want to do. He continues, far from being rivals or enemies, religion and law are twin sisters. They're friends. They're mutual assistants. Indeed, these two sciences run into each other, religion and law. Amazing. George Washington. You ever heard of him?
I have.
Yeah, me too. Wonder if our listeners heard of George Washington. He said, reason and experience both forbid us to expect that national morality can prevail in the exclusion of religious principle. Purity of morals is the only sure foundation of public happiness in any country. The federal government can never be in danger of degenerating so long as there shall remain any virtue in the body of the people. True religion affords to government its surest support. Ooh, listen to this last sentence. Religion and morality are the essential pillars of civil society. It's not making more laws. It's man becoming more moral. And morality comes from religion. There's a quote like that coming up here in a minute. Jeremiah Smith. cherish and promote the interest of knowledge, virtue, and religion. They are indispensable to the support of any free government. Let it never be forgotten that there can be no genuine freedom where there is no morality. No sound morality where there is no religion. Hesitate not a moment to believe that the man who labors to destroy these two great pillars of human happiness is neither a good patriot nor a good man. So the people that are always railing and ranting about, the morality that we as Christians try to promote, he is stating, Jeremiah Smith, that they're not a good person or a good patriot. Ouch. Again, I think our society is not ready to embrace, and I'm not sure if it could ever turn around. I hate to sound like a pessimist, but I'm not sure if it'll ever turn around. We've gone down this road too far. Let's still try to just keep putting Band-Aids on things instead of addressing the real issue. And if somebody out there listening think that I want to make everybody Christian, well, I would like to, but not for society's sake, but for your eternity's sake.
Right.
But the foundation of our country was founded on religious morals, Christianity. To have those things restored back again would be great. To force everyone to become a Christian, no, not interested in that at all. But at some point, you need to say there's absolutes. This is right and wrong.
It is interesting that we allow that, we accommodate that thought of absolutes and certainty in certain fields, but dismiss it in others. What I mean by that is 1 + 1 always equals 2 in math. And people are not up in arms about that. And I'm not trying to minimize the significance of all these other arguments, but there are absolutes. So...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even know how to add to that. It's like, absolutely. Yeah. This is William Patterson. Listen to this. Religion and morality are necessary to good government, good order, and good laws. For when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. Proverbs 29:2. God, this is William Henry Seward. I do not believe human society, including not merely a few persons in any state, but whole masses of men, have ever attained or even can attain a high state of intelligence, virtue, security, liberty, or happiness without the Holy Scriptures. Wow! I mean, holy cow. Benjamin Rush. Without this religion, there can be no virtue. And without virtue, there can be no liberty. The liberty is the object of life of all Republican governments. Without the restraints of religion and social worship, men become savages. Oh, let's stand on this for a little while. This was a savage occurrence.
Yep.
There are savagery, what's happening in Minneapolis over the last several weeks. In 1 week, there was 400 car burglaries. 400 cars burglarized, smashed the windows, and try to grab stuff out of there. 400.
That's crazy.
When are people going to wake up and say, this is crazy? As a society, we need to take an honest look at, without religion, there can be no virtue. And without virtue, there can be no liberty. We're not free. We're terrified to go in the cities and live in our society today. The liberty is the object and life of all Republican governments. Without the restraints of religion, there's the problem. Religion restrains people. It has an absolute, no, you can't. Don't do this. Do this. And that's what a lot of people today, they're trying to throw off their restraints of the fact that there's a God and there is order. The 10 Commandments are a great starting place.
Well, and I think you talk about the restraints. And, I can imagine people saying, but I don't want you putting your Christian restraints on me. And my first thought is, these are not restraints necessarily that are being put on you. When you begin a relationship with God, your interests and your heart changes, and you don't want to do these things. Those internal restraints for me, they're not restraints. They're liberties. You are liberated from those old constraints that sent you into unhealthy, unwise, dangerous ways.
There's a true freedom.
There's a true
freedom. That's the
freedom.
liberty they're talking about in all these things here. The liberty, the freedom that we have comes because of the restraint, the law, the expectation, a social expectation on us.
The law of life, of liberty in Christ Jesus that lives within us, yes.
The true law of thou shalt not murder takes precedence over, since you're not going to change that, we got to take away your gun. No, let's emphasize the moral law, the moral code, and that is that life is precious.
Yes.
Even if somebody is different than you, even if they're way different than you, their life is still precious.
There is the glimmer of the divine in every human being.
Every human being. It's like, so again, if we could start building the dignity of life.
Right.
Oh, wait a minute, that brings up a really big issue called abortion. When that sperm meets the egg, what is it, a duck? No, it's a human. From that moment, it's a human.
Right.
But I want to demand my right to, take care of it. It's my body and something else. Big discussion. There again, I'm thankful for the Catholic Church because they have stood strong on that issue. In fact, again, every once in a while I say this thing is, you can't handle the truth. Here is a truth that some people just couldn't handle. If somebody says to me that they believe in abortion and they're Catholic, you can't handle the truth. The truth is you are not a Catholic. That's the honest truth. You are not a Catholic because the Catholic Church has as one of their foundational beliefs that they're against abortion. So you cannot say, I'm a Catholic and I believe in abortion. Because the reality is, and you can't handle the truth. The truth is, you're not a Catholic.
Ouch.
Ouch is right.
Ouch.
And that's just not my opinion.
So
that's not a
disrespectful judgment. No. So, question for you, Pastor Mike. You began us with the primary of these parents out there hurting, these communities never going to be the same again because of this tragic, horrifying, violent situation and the loss. You've talked about morality and hope in the Lord, and that's the direction we need to go in. What sort of practical help would you encourage anyone listening? There may be therapy offered. They're reaching into your local life-giving church and getting to know the community. Get to know your neighbors. I mean,
well, you just mentioned some of the important things. You need to be in community. And when these kind of tragedies happen, you see people coming together. My thought or concern is, and you never see it, and obviously because the media is not going to spend time on it, but do they stay in community?
It's hard to stay in community.
Hard to stay in community.
It takes effort.
It takes effort. I know that, again, from doing what I've been doing for the last 46 years, I've been around, like you said, a lot of tragic situations. And the majority of time, what happens is people experience loss, they go through the funeral, and there's all this support now, people around them, community, and then after the funeral, it's gone. It's crickets. It is crickets. There was a guy from church here, passed away, oh man, I'm guessing, I don't know, 4-5 years ago, something like that. And his widow is actively involved here, and I periodically, and I don't make it up, it's really true, I think about him, and I always share with her, hey, I was thinking about your husband Greg today. And you can see that it brings her almost to the point of tears. Just this reality that you haven't forgotten.
No, he made a difference.
Exactly. Yeah. His life had an impact. And I think that's the thing that we need to get back to is real honest, good relationship with people and the humanityness and the pain that we do go through. You're not going to live in this life without pain. But you walk together. In Ecclesiastes, it talks about, a threefold cord is not easily broken. You have, when one falls down in a relationship, when one falls down, there's someone there to help them up. Relationship. Okay, our show is done. We got to go. Unfortunately, I had I have a list. I'd love to just keep talking. I guess I will. It's called Something to Think About. I look forward to seeing you next week.
Hey, thanks for tuning in today. Please join us right here each Friday morning at 8 a.m. If you have any questions or comments about today's show, email wajc@yourliferadio.com. You can hear more from Pastor Mike at Maranatha's website, realchurch.org, on the Messages and Media tab. The opinions expressed here are not necessarily those of the owner.